Welcome to another episode of Dad Can We Talk. Y'all know I'm your host, Anthony Ray. And today we finna get it popping, man. I've been waiting to get this man right here on, man. It's only right that he come on for episode 61. Man, we almost to 100.
Yeah.
You know, I told myself I was gonna get there. And man, we just that much closer. We at episode 61 today, but man, today I've been wanting to get this man here on the podcast since last year when I met him. And man, you know, the way time work, I believe timing is perfect. I got to get this off right now. I need y'all to go and subscribe to the podcast. That's what I need y'all to do, man. Wherever you get your podcast at, go subscribe to the podcast. Find us everywhere you go. Google it. Go on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, at Dad Can We Talk. Subscribe to the podcast. Check out all the episodes. It's streaming all over the website at dadcanwetalk.com. You can find all 60 episodes there, and this 61st one will be there also. And yeah, man, y'all go check that out for your boy. And if y'all would be kind enough, leave your boy a review, man. Let me know how I'm doing, you know. If it's inspired you, if it's touched you, if you got questions, hit me up, man. You can hit the email at dadcanwetalk@gmail.com. Email me. For those that got my phone number, call your boy. Y'all know me. I'm always running my mouth, always on this phone. So if you got any questions, concerns, anything, man, hit your boy up, man. Y'all can get at me on Facebook at Anthony Ray, Anthony Richard Ray. Find me there. Find me at Dad Can We Talk on there. Dad Can We Talk on Instagram. I'm on all of it, man. Anywhere you can find Dad Can We Talk or find Anthony Ray, hit me up and we can talk. But yeah, had to get that housekeeping out of the way. But yeah, like I say, man, I met this man last year at a Stop the Violence, I don't know what I would call it, summit. And I was like, man, I gotta get these brothers on the pod, man. So I think from that day, this is probably the first person I've got on from that day right there. James, man, I'm coming for you next, my boy.
Oh,
I got to get you on here, man, my boy James Darby. And yo, without further ado, man, y'all welcome to the show, my man Andre Hunt. How you doing, my boy?
Man, I'm good, brother. Let me start by saying it's a pleasure to be here. First and foremost, I really like what you got going, bro. It's a good thing you got going on here, and I'm just glad I could be here to be a part of it and support any kind of way I can.
Definitely.
I heard you mention James Darby.
Yeah.
You go his neck, coach. That's good. That's a good dude, and he's a great guy to have on this podcast.
Definitely, man. And can't forget my boy Reg. Reginald Mosley. I need you, my boy. I was supposed to get with Reg. He slipped by me earlier this year, man. And
don't worry about it. He can't run. We gonna get into it. We gonna get on. You know what? Because here's what my thing is. I like what you doing, bro. And it's some black dads in the community, and they need to get their voice out, and they need to get heard. So what you doing give a lot of perspective to our side.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? So a lot of the struggles that we deal with be unknown a lot of time.
Yeah.
And a lot of the conversations we have never be heard. So
straight up.
Here we are. Thanks to you, we got a voice.
Yeah, boy. Hey, we gonna use this voice and we gonna get it in. And for all the moms out there, man, we love y'all, man. Y'all know I got love for y'all, man. You know, shout out to my wife, shout out to Bae. And
absolutely,
we got love for y'all, but this is just a platform for the daddies, man. You know, I've had a lot of women hit me up saying, "Why you ain't got no mom? Can we talk?" You know,
y'all been talking. Now let me stop.
Y'all already talking enough, man. But no, we love y'all, man.
Absolutely.
And if I can find somebody that will host it for me, I would do it. My thing is, I just don't want to host it. I just don't want to get that intimate with other women like that. That's just me.
Because that will be hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to deal with. Hard to explain. That's the situation.
Yeah.
Although we know, all intentions are good, but stuff goes sideways. But it might not always be you. That's the problem.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep it right there.
Yeah.
So well, man, first question I always like to get to on the podcast is this same question. I want you to go back, man. What was your relationship like with your dad? Talk about that. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, from what point to what point? Like,
talk to me about
listen,
it, man.
Man. Me growing up, I always felt like what my mom and my dad had going on had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a child, and you know, it's seriously now. It's y'all responsibility to raise me. You know what I mean? It ain't my business to be in y'all business. So if y'all ain't getting along, that has nothing to do with nothing. All right. Now, when I turned 9 years old, my parents got a divorce at the age of 9. Now, all up to then, you know, my dad was, you know, he was around, but when they got a divorce, he kind of went and focused on him. Me being 9, 10, I don't really know that you ain't really around. I mean, I know you ain't around, but it's like, in my mind, it's like, all right, fine, I'm doing what I'm doing. I ain't really worried about him.
Yeah.
I'm just handling me, doing me. You know what I mean? My mama here, you know, I hear little stuff she say about what he don't do, but I don't get into that because I'm still straight. You know what I mean? Like, you doing everything I need to be done. Like, I got everything I need. I don't really realize that all the responsibility on you. Now, when I got older, me and my dad, we ran back into each other. And me giving him the opportunity to be my dad for me is when I really kind of, I ain't really feel how that went. You know what I mean? So it was like, to this day, me and my dad's relationship is not that great. I ain't finna sit here and lie, but it ain't at no fault of me, because like I opened the door for you and I let you in. You know what I mean? And then the things that you did kind of made me feel how I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't really hate him. I ain't mad with him because in hindsight, you showed me how to be a better dad to my kids. You know what I mean? So it's stuff that you did to me that I won't never do.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? So I strive to, I want my kids to be happy. I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be carefree, really. You know what I mean? At the same time, it's my responsibility to teach you things you need to know, but I don't need to put them sorrows and them pains on you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, straight up.
And I don't hate the man at all, you know what I mean? Because who knows how he was raised.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe he just don't feel like I feel, but that's how I feel about mine. But me and his relationship, it is what it is. Time might mend it, but you know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the most important things. You know, I always talk about how, you know, for years, you know, I ain't never had like I wouldn't never say that my relationship with my dad was rocky. It was just like, it was never like we talking to each other. It was just, you know, if I see him out somewhere, we'll just kind of chop it up and say, you know, if I see him at my granny house or something. But, you know, as I got older and I started having children, I started telling myself, you know, I want to do a better job. And I felt like I did need my pops, and I wanted to at least open the door for him and say, like you say, you know, give him that opportunity to be a part of his grandchildren's lives, you know, more than what he was there for me.
Yeah.
And, you know, long story short, you know, today we much better. You know, we talk frequently, almost every week. And, you know, it still ain't, you know, like a father-son type of thing, but, you know, we call each other and we check up on each other. You know, I make sure he all right, you know, and he do the same thing.
That's a beautiful thing, though, because that's a two-way communication, you know what I mean? And him picking up the phone, calling you, he putting in effort.
Yeah,
you
that's
what I'm
real.
saying? Like, he trying, you know what I mean? He may not be perfect, he may not be what you thought you should have, but he's something that you got. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like every dad should at least do that.
Yeah,
try to talk
at least.
To people, man.
That's at least.
Yeah, check on them, see what's up, you know what I mean? Whatever, you know what I mean? Do anything.
Straight
Even
up.
if it's something that you consider minute, it may be big to him or her. You know what I mean? So,
cause them little calls that I get do be like, dang, Pops really would think about me today. That boy called me just like, he don't be wanting nothing either. And I know he don't be wanting nothing. We get on, you know, about 5 minutes go past. I'm like, you good, man? Like, what's up? You know, I'm just.
He just talking. He just want to how you want to hear about you. I was thinking about you today.
Straight up. So it's like even that right there, just knowing that my pops at least think about me nowadays. You know, I'm just like, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
You know, so for all the dads out there, you know, if a dad listen to this, and you ain't really that involved with your children like that, all I say to you is do the least. At least
just get active.
Give a call.
Thank you.
And if you don't get nothing out of that, at least you did your part. But don't live your life, you know, with the regret of I should have called or I should have reached out. You know, just do that. Too easy. But outside of your dad, were there any other men that stepped up that you would call role models?
Boy, I got a stepdaddy right now. I was thinking about this man on the way over here.
Yeah.
Cause right now he's suffering from he got COVID or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, and I just came off of quarantine myself, but my COVID battle was like it was smooth sailing. I ain't had no symptoms, no nothing really. Him on the other hand, I could tell that it's hurting him. You know what I mean? And it hurt me to see him hurt. You know what I mean? Cause he been there.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, a lot of my knowledge, a lot of my intellect come from him. You know what I mean? And my image of him is a strong man. You know what I mean? But
straight up,
that COVID strong, boy, and it's breaking strong people down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't like to see him like that. And it's crazy because, bro, all right, so right before I came here, I went in there, I just opened the door, hollered at him. I asked him if he's straight, you need anything, you know what's up. But I'm just looking at him like, you hurting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It watered my eyes up, bro. And this ain't even my real daddy.
Yeah.
But that man been there 10 toes down since he came in, you know what I mean? And he did, me watching him let me know stuff that my daddy wasn't doing.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? It's like, I got much respect for this man. Hell, I could even call him my daddy.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? Like, if I need anything, if I'm in a situation, he'll get me out of that situation. You know what I mean? If it's something he can do, he gonna do it. No question. He ain't gonna ask no question. I had a time pop up where I needed something from my daddy. I asked my daddy for it, and he was like, well, son, I just can't help you. I just went and told my stepdaddy about it. I ain't even asking.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, man, don't worry about it. I had that for you tomorrow.
All right.
It was to the point where, like, man, you know what? I ain't even take it from him because it was like, bro, my daddy, boy, you hurt me so bad that I can't even take it from him. Like, I don't even want you to get it to me. Yeah. But it's the fact that you were willing to.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? With no questions asked. I ain't even asked you to do that. You was just gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is the type of person that I'm talking about. And that type of person is the person that I strive to be for my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
I don't need you to need nothing that we can't do.
Straight up.
If you need it, I need to be able to have you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the fact that he ready to step up in them shoes for me, and you ain't even my biological dad, but that mean a lot. You know what I mean? And it's just for me, the respect level is like through the roof. I just, it's hard to put that stuff in words. You know what I mean? Like,
straight up.
He a real pillar in my world.
That's real. That's real, man. And see, that's the type of stuff I love to hear. You know, like I love stuff like that, and I feel like we don't get the opportunities and the chances, you know, to really talk like that about other men, you know, that really affect us, you know, like, and it's just, I love stuff like that.
And the
we don't do that
we try to, when I was young, I tried to shun it away, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't want you to be my mama's boyfriend. I ain't want you to be.
Yeah.
And, but now when I sit back, like, look at this man, you know what I mean? Me and my brother used to just do stuff.
Yeah.
we just do stuff, dog. Like, get away. We don't want you with, bro. We just do stuff, bro. But it's like, bro, this a real dude right here.
Yeah.
But we don't know we childish, you know what I mean? You been a kid, you ain't my daddy.
Yeah.
You know how it is, first thing you gonna holler as a G. Yeah. You ain't my daddy, they ain't my daddy. I gotta respect this man though, cause look at what you did.
Alright.
Look at the path. Look at this life that I live with you versus the life that I didn't have. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You showed me what a daddy supposed to be. When I already had one who ain't showed me, he ain't showed me that.
Alright.
I gotta respect you for that. You know what I mean? Cause now you put me further in my life.
Straight up. Now
I can turn around and look at my son and show him what he needs to see.
Straight up.
You see what I'm saying? So I gotta respect you for that. You know what I mean? And it's just, I kind of feel bad now when I think about all the stuff. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he knew what time it was because he was that much conscious. He knew that we was just kids, and he knew we was just doing what boys gonna do.
Straight up, man. Shout out to all the real men out there that step up, you know, and take on that responsibility, man. You know, it ain't easy. I know it ain't easy. Mm-hmm. I couldn't imagine being in that position like that, and just, you know, doing what you got to do, you know. But shout out to all the men out there that do that, because there's a lot of men out there, and at times I don't think they get enough credit for the work that they put in, you know, taking care of something that's not theirs, you know, but they look at it like it is theirs, you know, it is their responsibility, and that's the way that they treat it, man. So shout out to all the men out there that's doing that, for real.
Thank you.
But so how many kids you got now?
Me, I got 4, man.
You got
2
4.
2 boys, 2 girls. And in my opinion, boy, they so beautiful.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
yeah. And what's the ages?
Well, my oldest son 11. My daughter turned 10 in October. My oldest daughter. My son 7. He'll be 8 in December.
Okay.
My baby girl just turned 5 August 13th.
Okay, so you got a little spread game, man. You got a little spread game.
Right there. Yeah. All of them.
So you in between 5 and 11. Okay, all right. So you got me by like 3 years in this game, man. So
you still got a little baby right here. You got great though. You still got a beautiful little baby. You get to hold him.
Yeah.
Lord, boy, listen, I look at my daughter, I cried, boy. You don't got too big. What's happening?
Okay.
They hurt me.
So what was it like, you know, when you had that first child, man? You know, what was that experience like?
It was kind of different now. Yeah. It was different. But it was a challenge that I was ready to accept at the end of the day. I had to kind of figure out how I was going to do it. Yeah. Like, so me and my oldest son, me and his mom wasn't together, you know what I mean? We were just doing what we were doing. And then here we go, bow. But at the end of the day, it's like, that's my son. So I'm going to be head first about him, you know what I mean? And when I looked at that boy, as soon as he came out, I looked at that jit and I knew right there, like, yeah, that's my son for real. It's been on and popping ever since then.
Yeah.
It's been on and popping. Like, I'm just gonna be with you. I'm gonna do whatever. You know what I mean? You need whatever. We finna go get it. Even if I gotta go to mama house, hey mama, that's my first child. I ain't know. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna do it. So I went over there and got me some structure.
Alright.
You know what I mean? So mama looked out, made sure that he had what he needed. And I was just rocking with that boy. You know what I mean? Like, from day one, we just coming up.
Yeah.
Come on. I always embrace that challenge, though. But my daddy taught me that. You know what I mean? So I don't want my child to feel like, you know, he can't call his daddy. You can't see your daddy. You know what I mean? Like, my daddy used to call. He'll say, you know, I'm gonna come pick you up, blah, blah, blah. I don't see him, don't hear from him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For like days. Fine. You know what I mean? But that's something that I would never do to my kids. I'm not gonna tell you I'm coming. And I ain't coming. I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, look, I might not make it today, but I will be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if I say I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there.
Gots to.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Gots to do that.
Because that stuff mattered to me, dog. It got to the point where I ain't even want to talk to my dad on the phone.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hear you tell me that. You know what I mean? It's like, just don't even worry about it.
Straight up.
So, like, when you say your dad call you and just call you, boy, to me, just like you say, it's some people who don't got that.
Yeah, for real.
Cause boy, he might call, but I don't really want to talk thanks to what you done did all the past times. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like, just pull up and do what you gonna do. If you're gonna do it.
Straight up, man. Hey, and that's why I always say, that's just so important, man. Like, I believe as a man, our word is the most important thing that we have.
Thank you.
You know, like, it ain't nothing more strong, nothing more important. You know, don't nothing hold as much power as our word. You know, like, if I say I'm gonna do something, I gotta do that. You know, if I try to make it my thing. You know, even with my kids. You know, like, if I say I'm gonna do it, cause one thing about my kids, they gonna hold me to it.
Oh,
they gonna
believe it.
They gonna say, well, Daddy, you said that we was gonna go over here. Or Daddy, we said, and I'm like, dang,
because Daddy, once you said that, they been sitting there waiting on that moment the whole time. Not a moment here. You ain't trying to go. Oh, we finna talk about this.
All right. So I done got to a point now where they ask me certain things. I don't say today. I say one day. So this one right here.
They made you smarter.
She'll say stuff like, Daddy, can we go to the playground one day? I say, yeah, we'll go one day.
She don't pick up.
So now it's like, we ain't going today.
She know that.
But one day we going.
Yeah, we gonna go now. You say when, but I need you to say we can go.
Yeah. So like last weekend, she always asking about going to a hotel. She like to be out of town. So she like to say, Daddy, we're going to go to a hotel one day, right? I said, yeah, one day. So we ended up going to Orlando. I took them to their first concert last weekend. So I was like, man, I don't feel like driving back to the house. I'm like, shoot, I'm going to just get a hotel for the night.
She loved it.
Boom. And so I woke up that next morning and I thought about it. I said, girl, you've been asking me for a few months about going to a hotel one day. I say, one day came.
Here we are.
Today.
Here we are.
She say, well, when the next time? I say, wait, we'll go one day. One day, we'll go. So for men out there, man, keep your word, man. Your word mean everything. So I believe in the Bible. The Bible say, let your yea be yea, your no be no. If it's gonna be yeah, tell them yeah. If it's no, just say no. Don't give them all the in between stuff. Just let your yes. If you say yes, do that. If you know you ain't gonna do that, just say no. It's that simple. Very, very, very simple. But man, this something that I've been going through lately, man, with my children. And this podcast for me is just something that I like to learn, man. And I don't like to feel like I know I ain't got it all together. But man, I need help with understanding how to stop my baby. This one right here, for those that might see this on camera, I got my 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old sitting here with me because I can't send her to the other room with her brother and her sister because they gonna fight and cry and fuss and fight. They do it all. They don't never get tired of it, and I can't seem to figure it out, man. And I just want to your kids kind of close like that too. Like, how do you deal with that, bro? What's some methods you take? Like, I need some help, my boy.
To tell you the truth, how I deal with it. Listen, see, my kids know that I'm gonna put up with certain stuff. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
if you keep it honest with you, I put up with a lot more than I probably should because I love them so much. But that's kind of hard to explain, because they gonna fuss, they gonna fight. And me just going in, I just know that. You know what I mean? Now I have to kind of try to keep it down, kind of minimize as much as possible, but it's gonna happen. Especially when they like that close in age.
Yeah.
And they that young, cause they gonna touch each other. They gonna touch something that she wanted it or he wanted it. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you ain't really just sitting there, you ain't gonna keep it down.
Yeah.
It's up to them, and they gonna do what they do. Now the thing is, the older they get, the more they know, like, man, I can't let daddy hear this part.
Yeah.
I can't let mama hear me do this. So, it'll subside on its own, but it'll still be going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just don't know about it no more.
Alright.
Like I was telling you, my little girl, boy, I'm telling you, little girl, boy, listen, cuz my son's 7 years old. He played football on the 8U level.
Yeah.
And all his coaches say, boy, that boy be hitting. He be dropping jits. Like, he do this. But my daughter went in there, jumped on that boy, had my boy nose leaking. You hear me? And all he did was come in at daddy. He coming there, he can't hardly cry because you don't want to suck no blood up. I'm talking about blood leaking. I'm like, boy, what happened to you? She done jumped on him. She know he can't do nothing. Cause I done told him, boy, don't you hit my baby. You know what I mean? Like, cause you gonna hurt her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now she in here wailing on you. She don't care about hurting you.
Yeah.
So it's like they gonna do stuff, bro. You know what I mean? That's the situation. Now I got to clean this up.
God.
You feel me? So I just told her, like, hey, I'm gonna have to let him beat you back up. Now that's what I told her. But I lied. She know it. She don't know it. You don't know it. But I had to, because it's like it's a situation where you know he can't touch you, so you go ahead and do whatever you want to do to him. Mm-hmm. And that situation, but I created that. You feel what I'm saying? Because you always hear me tell him, "Don't touch you." I said, "I don't care what she doing."
Yeah.
Only reason I'm saying it because I know she's so small and I don't want you to be the last out to hurt my baby. Mm-hmm. But now she done jumped on you.
Yeah.
So now I got to kind of reverse psychology this thing. Be like, hey, look, now I'm going to let him beat you up. I'm lying through my teeth because, boy, you better not touch my baby. You better not. But I got to slow her down some kind of way. So, you know, I think I really hurt her feelings more, though, because I don't really be getting on her like that, but that's one of the situations where I got to. You bruising up my boy. Like, what you doing?
For real.
And he can't even defend himself because I done told this man from day one, don't even touch you.
Yeah.
So what he gonna do?
Man, that thing there is an everyday. I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
It be exhausting, dog. I'm talking about from the time I pick him up from school and them jokers get in that car, bruh, it's like war.
Yeah. But it ain't hate, it's love.
Yeah.
It's love. It's like, that's who I'm comfortable with. These are my people.
Yeah.
And truthfully, that's who you can really be yourself with.
Yeah.
So that's when you in your relaxed mode and you just you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he got to know how to deal with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not finna put up with all this. Or maybe I'm gonna be the one doing all this. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they do stuff to each other that they don't go out in the real world.
Yeah, see they don't do it with nobody else. It's just them.
Yeah, that's that love. That love.
I wanna go here. So, you know, for those that don't know, man, my man, people be on my dog back on Facebook, man. They be on my dog back, man. You know, but my dog be speaking that real. And I don't think a lot of people be wanting to hear that stuff.
They don't.
But man, let's go to this topic. What's your thoughts on Dwayne Wade, man, with his son?
Ooh, Lord. Man, listen.
Yeah, let's go there, man.
Well, Dwayne Wade used to be my favorite basketball player. I don't even like him no more. I don't like him. I don't like Gabrielle Union.
All right.
I can't get behind nobody. Supporting you is one thing if that's your idea.
Yeah.
And all that. But, bruh, I can't be financing all this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, see, me as a parent, it's my responsibility to teach you right from wrong.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to choose to do wrong, you do wrong. How I got to do it with you?
Straight up. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now I ain't your parent no more, I'm your friend now.
All right.
And I feel like you failing that child as a parent, because you need to tell that man better. You ain't walking around here dressed up like no woman.
All right.
Why you still a man?
For real.
Bruh, like, how that? I just can't understand that. But that's my personal. That's me.
Yeah.
I ain't right here because I done learned to kind of stay off of these. I ain't gonna say I learned. I chose to kind of stay off of these topics because, like you say, people do be on my back, dog, and I don't be want to argue and fight with all these people about what I feel. But at the end of the day, that's what I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like a man's supposed to be a man. A woman's supposed to be a woman. All this.
Straight up.
Here we go. Back to getting into my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, people say, well, I ain't finna go there because I don't even want to have that fight. I don't want to have that fight. But listen, so I want to clear this up right now.
Yeah.
I have no opposition to gay people.
Yeah.
If you gay, you gay. I still love you. I still respect you the same.
Straight up.
But that's your personal preference.
Straight up.
I'm not gay.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? So I don't. It's some things that I like that you ain't gonna like, and you ain't gonna agree with what I like. Mm-hmm. So we just two different people. But at the same time, I don't feel like no grown up should. I ain't gonna say he pushed that on the kid because I don't know how the kid come to that. Yeah. I don't know what happened, but I feel like
his wife did it.
I do too.
That's my
personal. Yep. That's my personal too now, but I can't prove it, so I'm gonna leave Gabrielle alone too. Yeah. I just don't really like her no more either. But I can't be going out here doing all this. I can't be buying skirts with you. Dwayne Wade out here getting his nail painted.
Yeah,
what's up with all this, man?
That boy.
What's up with all this? Where do we draw the line?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now we seeing these people. We got Lil Nas X supposed to be pregnant. What we doing? What are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, where all this comes from?
These boys, wow, man.
Yeah, man. It's just too much, cuz. It's way too much. Now, hey, if that's what people like it. But why I gotta be on TV every day in front of my children? Because that ain't what I like.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? I raise my kids know the difference. I tell them every day, my boy, you ain't got no girl in you at all.
Straight up.
And my daughter know you ain't got no boy, ain't no boy in you.
Straight up.
We are what we were born to be. All rip. And people say, you were born like this. I disagree with that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I disagree with that. Nah, I ain't gonna argue it, but I just don't believe it.
Straight up.
Because now you saying God did it.
Alright. I don't believe that, though.
I can't believe it because the Bible say you had Adam first. And he said he took Adam rib just to make a woman for him to have somebody. That's what he did. You know what I mean? Now, you can't procreate with no man and man.
Alright.
How we going to be fruitful and multiply with each other?
Can't.
We can't.
Impossible.
So, that just don't go along with what God got going on.
Straight up.
Once again, that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah. And I'm going to clarify for Dad Can We Talk? We stand for dads, men. Yeah. Men like women.
Yeah, I definitely stand
That's
for that.
what we own,
Yeah.
So if anybody feels some type of way, you
shouldn't.
Hey, that's on you.
You shouldn't feel no type of way about
straight
that.
up.
Because how you got here? You got a daddy and a mama. I don't care who you are. Everybody that came in the world got a daddy and a mama. Whether you went and got artificially inseminated or you had a surrogate, whatever, however you got it. You had to have a man and a woman.
Straight up.
To get here. So
ain't no way around it.
Yeah, ain't no in between. You can get mad about that all day.
Straight up, man. So, I just had to hit on that because I think that's something that's so important, man. I think we need to preserve our men. We gotta preserve manhood. We gotta preserve like real man that we ain't talking about, all that other weird stuff. That stuff just weird to me. And we ain't gonna apologize about that. That's just how we feel, and that it is what it is, And I teach my kids the same stuff. We went in, I think, Target or something one day, and we see this old man walking there with a dress on, got a whole beard,
carrying on,
got his little purse, just looking crazy, man. So my oldest daughter say, "Dad," I'm like, "Girl, don't be staring at people now." She told me, "Daddy,
well, can't help it.
Why he look like a man?" I said, "That is a man. So stop staring at him." That it is.
Yeah, but she can't. See, that's the crazy thing though, cause now out of respect, you gotta teach your kid not to stare.
Yeah.
But look at what she looking at. She confused. She trying to figure it out. So she ain't really staring.
Yeah.
She trying to understand.
She was confused.
You know what I mean? So now y'all in two separate places. You know what I mean? Cause you as a parent, hey baby, don't stare. That's rude.
Yeah.
But in her mind, with her understanding,
well, I don't know what that
that's
is.
different. You know what I mean? I don't see that every day.
Yeah.
I remember one time, man, when they started all this homosexual stuff, right?
Yeah. And
they started putting people on TV or whatever. They had a homosexual man on TV. And I'm sitting here with my son. He probably 3, maybe 4. We watch TV. He asked me. He say, "Daddy, why that dude sounded like a girl? Why he acting like a girl?" Whatever he asked me. Man, the baby really. I can't really. You know what I mean? Like I don't really know how to explain it because I ain't even used to this being on TV.
Yeah.
And here you go asking me this. So now we gotta have these conversations.
All right.
This early.
Crazy, man.
And that's why, boy, I don't mind telling you right now, boy, ain't no girl to you. You don't act like he act.
Hey, for real.
Don't do that.
No, sir.
So it's crazy, man, because it's propaganda, dog. It's just all kind of stuff.
And they got a whole agenda, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whole agenda.
They got straight one. And I was reading a survey the other day. And I don't remember the exact numbers, but in a white community, they say it's 3 times less likely to identify as gay in a white community or something like that. You know what I mean? It's all the minorities where they or advertised.
Yeah.
It's 3 times less likely to advertise in the white community. All the minorities, they pumping that stuff in our face.
Straight
keeping it on mainstream. And then just turn around and look at what you got. Everybody, all of us, we hanging out with it. You know what I mean? We that it's cool. And we done got caught up in a world that's so politically correct. We don't even tell the truth no more.
All right. We
scared to hurt somebody's feelings with the truth, man. And a lot of that be why they be on my neck on Facebook too, because I'm going to say the real. You know what I mean? I don't really be caring about people's feelings, but I don't care about your feelings. I just try to keep a lot of confusion down, because a lot of stuff I ain't finna argue with you about.
Yeah.
But everybody wanna talk to me or say something to me about something. Man, listen, I got kids, brother, that I got to raise in this wicked world. You know what I mean? So there's things that I got to decipher for them. I ain't worried about how you feel about it. You grown, you know what time it is. You know what I mean? You want to do what you want to do it. But if I say something about it, that's my right.
Straight up.
Oh, don't do it in front of me. You know what I mean? If you don't want me to see it, then don't put it in front of me.
All right. Straight up. And that's how we gonna keep that.
Yeah.
Man, let's go to another celebrity, man. You know, this shit was more, the Dwayne Wade was more like our sons and stuff.
That boy hurt me, boy. I used to argue about him. Boy, I just swear he was better than LeBron. LeBron way better than him now.
For real.
I don't even like LeBron.
Yeah. But let's go to this other celebrity, man, on our daughter's side. Let's talk about R. Kelly, man. Like, with everything that, was going on with bruh, like, whether we say is we believe it or not, or it happened, who knows, But it's like, what do we do? How do we protect our daughters from even potentially getting in situations like that? What are some ways that you protect your daughters from predators, man? Because we see so much of that stuff in this time and day, man. What are ways that you protecting your daughters from that?
Man, so I don't really like to speak on the R. Kelly situation because of a lot of lack of knowledge from me on the standpoint. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of things that I've heard was, their parents was bringing them over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, with that being said, it's kind of hard for me to say that he the predator.
Yeah, for real.
You took him over there. You know what I mean? Now, at the same time, Robert, you ain't had to be messing with a girl at that age. You feel me?
Yeah.
If they 18 or older, then okay, fine. But they, I don't know that they was.
Yeah, straight up.
So he had to use better judgment.
Say, that's even crazy. The parents put somebody. Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
crazy.
Who the real predator in this situation?
Crazy.
Now we done locked this man up. He done been sitting there for all this time. But your mama brought you over there?
Yeah.
Your mama dropped you off, and now the only reason it's a problem because I ain't cutting a check.
Yeah.
I gotta go to jail now because I ain't giving you my money.
Yeah.
You bought her over here. I ain't come pick her up. Like that, but that's just me keeping that real. Now he was dead. He was dead wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He knew better than to do what he did, but at the same time,
all sides, yeah,
but he the only one in jail. Mama need to go to jail too for aiding the predator. If you was a fugitive and I let you stay to my house, they gonna take me for harboring a fugitive.
All right.
So what's the difference?
For real.
You know what I mean? And see, that's what's wrong with this world, bro, because they be talking about justice. They talking about they want this and all that. Man, ain't nobody doing what need to be done across the board, bro.
Straight up.
And R. Kelly, you ain't had to do that. I'm going to rest on that.
Yeah.
But, mama, you ain't had to take them kids over there.
Yeah, bro.
I
can't do it, boy. I can't even see myself putting my kids in a position like that.
Man, boy, I sit my behind at home and my daughter come, I hug my baby, I give her all the love you need. Because you ain't got to find it in the street.
Straight up.
You do not have to find it in the street. And I'm going to tell you how you supposed to be loved, and I'm going to love you the best I can love you. Mm-hmm. You ain't going to need nothing from nobody.
Straight up.
And me or your mama not finna use you for as no pawn to get no money.
No.
That ain't what we doing. See, a lot of that be the reason that them men in trouble like that. We talking about Bill Cosby done raped 80 people. We talking about Bill now.
Bill.
We talking about a celebrity of all celebrities. Who ain't finna get his man what he want?
He gonna get that.
You gonna get it to him. You wanted him to have you.
All right.
But we talking about he took it. And you ain't even pretty like that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We talking about Bill, man. Let's be real. But
he had to go sit down too. Even close to Bill, that can get easy.
Easy. Bro, like, let's be real, man. The people be playing in that courtroom, but the thing I don't like about it, though, that's somebody's life, bro.
Alright.
And all that time they sitting in that cage, you can't get that back. You ain't gonna get that back. Wasting my time. On some foolishness.
Crazy, man. Man, yeah, all that stuff there is crazy, you know. And I look at parents like in that whole R. Kelly situation, you know, it's like, what dad, man, you know, like, how do you even come to that place to where you using your baby, man? Like, this your baby, and you, for some money, I just, some stuff I guess I'll never understand.
All I get from that woman or whoever took that child, woman, man, whoever, boy, you don't love your kid like me?
Alright.
Cause I ain't gonna do that. I can't do that.
Straight up.
Can't do it.
Straight up, man. Straight up. Man, I want to go here. What's been your greatest challenge, you know, up until, you know, for these 11 years that you've been in parenthood? What's been your greatest challenge as a father?
That's a good question. I'm going to tell you my real answer, now that I sit and think about that, probably finding me. Finding my way. You know what I mean? Like, who am I really as a man? And it ain't really, I don't know. That's a great question. And I really feel like that is the answer. Because honestly, I ain't going to say I don't know. I don't know. I know who and what I want to be.
Yeah.
Now. But now it's like, how I get there. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like, that's the struggle I'm battling with right now. Like, okay, I know I want to be this guy. I know I want to be able to do this and be able to do that for my kids. I want to be able to set up this and set up that. You know what I mean? But how I get there?
Straight up. And as you say that, that's something that I struggle with, you know, just this year, I think, you know, after doing a lot of self-reflection this year, man, like maybe this summer, I found myself in a place, bro, where I was like I felt like I was gone for a minute, bro, like for at least a month and a half, where I was, you know, it was a little period in between, probably like the beginning of May, the middle of May. It was like a time where I ain't put out a podcast even for like a whole month. Yeah. I think that was like the beginning or middle of May to like middle of June, end of June, where I really went into this period where I wasn't even talking to nobody, bro. You know, and it was just, I had so much stuff going on within myself, and it's like I felt like it was just so much stuff going on, you know, like, and for me it's so different because, you know, I'm in school, you know, work full time, got these kids, a wife, and it's like I got all this stuff going on, and then, you know, I'm doing this podcast, all this stuff, but I'm like who, like, it's like I just had to really just start to asking myself them questions, like where am I, like who am I, like, you know, just trying to refigure things out. You know, last year was so hard for me, you know. Went through it with my pastor, left my church, you know, bought my first home. Beautiful. Got my first degree. It's like so much stuff changed last year for me. And it was like, dang, like coming into this year, I still got these questions and stuff, and I'm just like, dang, like, yeah, I'm just like you say, like still just in that place where I'm just every day, you know, constantly seeking, you know, just like who am I, like what am I, you know, and check just staying there.
So think about it this way. You think about that now. If I'm 34. I'll be 35 December. Imagine if we were thinking about that and trying to handle that when we was 7, 8, 9, and 10.
All right.
But the fact that you and your daddy relationship wasn't it ain't what the type of relationship we trying to have with our kids now.
That's real.
So now, I talk to my kids now about that kind of stuff. What you want to be? Like, I cut trees. My son at 7, he'll get it behind that truck. He'll go cut trees with me. When I was driving a semi-truck, he'll get it behind that semi-truck and ride with me.
Straight up.
He want to go to work. But in doing all this stuff, that don't necessarily mean that you going to do this. You know what I mean? So it's just figure out what you want to do. You know what I mean? And we got to have these conversations with our kids so they don't be 30 and be trying to figure out how they want to do and what they want to do. You know what I mean? I got a cousin right now. My cousin Bernard Phillip. This man is a funeral director.
Yeah.
Right now, I got his own business making good money. When we was 4, 5 years old, we'd go to Burger King, McDonald's. We'd get the Happy Meals. And he finna dig some graves in the backyard. He been wanting to be a funeral director from ever since I know him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that right there is living proof that if you got a plan, you can be who you want to be. But it's just a matter of wanting to do something, sticking to that, and going for that. You know what I mean? So, we got to put that in our kids early. And you don't necessarily got to have your right answer of what you want to do right now.
All right.
You know what I mean? But think about it. By the time you get out of high school, you should know. And then, cause from that point on, it's what you working for.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? Me coming out of high school, bruh, I ain't know what I want to do. I want to do all kind of stuff.
Right.
I went to school for pathology. I went to school for engineering. You know what I mean? All this stuff. And they ain't even related. I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
I had to get my behind. It's like, hey, man, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, now I'm doing things, but it's like, I ain't gonna say I don't like doing them. I do like doing them, but they ain't fulfilling that hunger in me. You know what I mean? So it's something else. It's something else I gotta do, but I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out what it is. Cause I just feel like I don't do enough.
Yeah.
I want to be like, I'm active in the community. I coach Little League football, but I don't really like that no more. Yeah. And not to say I don't like it, cause I like the outlet that it gives me to be with the kids, but I don't really like football no more. Cause it's, in my mind, I'm teaching you how to play games all day. Yeah. What good is that?
Straight up.
You playing a game, you know what I mean? You might love that game to death, but it can't be that serious. It's just a game. You know what I mean? So from that aspect and that perspective, I'm kind of wasting your time. And that's where the hang up is for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I know I should be, if I'm going to be in your life, I need to be teaching you something. Yeah. And we out here playing games.
Straight up. And you know, and it take a lot to get to that place. And to be real and honest with yourself, man. And I think that's what we don't do enough as men. You know, we don't express these things. I think we do definitely think about the things a lot, but we don't never take the time to get it out of us. Yep. And that's a problem, man, because we sit on these things and then it burn within us. And we don't have an outlet where we can like just talk about it and just be honest. You know, like that during that period I'm telling you about, I'm also going through it with my wife. And it just took for my wife to just be like, boy, there's something wrong with you. Straight up. And she just like, bro, you ain't something. No, we finna talk like today. Cause bro, something ain't you ain't right up here. But and you know, and I was like, you know what? You right. Like I ain't right now.
Cause listen to what y'all got. That's a whole relationship, boy.
Straight up.
You can sit down and talk. If you can recognize I ain't right, but that's love, boy. Straight up. You know what I mean? Cause you got some people in a relationship that'll just be like, you know what? You just get your stuff together. Yeah. That ain't no relationship.
Straight up.
That ain't no love. You know what I mean? You got somebody who want to stand there with you and figure out what's going on with you. That's dedication. That's beautiful. I love that for you. I really do. That's beautiful, dog.
Straight up, man.
Yeah, when you get home, you tell your wife you appreciate her.
Yeah, straight up. Man, I would think about it on my way over here, boy, just thinking about that thing. Like, you know, because I be tripping sometimes, dog. Like, I just really be tripping a lot of times, just like, and it just be times like, I don't know, just today I'm leaving the house, headed over here. Whole time headed over here, all I'm thinking about is, dang, dog, like, I can be so much of a better father. I can be a better husband. I can be so much of a better husband. I can just be better all the way. And it's just, I'm thinking about my marriage. Just like, I feel like I could just be better. I can appreciate my baby more, bro. Like, I could just show that more, like, and I know I don't do that. You know, like, I know I it's just so many areas where I can work on. And
you know what, though?
Thank God I got a place where I can talk about that.
In that conversation that you had with yourself, that's when you started to be better, right there.
Straight up.
Yeah, that's acknowledging is the first thing. If you know you can be better and you done sat here and told yourself,
yeah, straight up.
You gonna try to do better.
Straight up.
You gonna be better.
Straight up, man. And man, you know, man, I created this Dad Can We Talk platform for this because I feel like for years I felt like this, man. Since 2018, it came to me the fact that we just don't express ourselves enough, and that stuff is unhealthy, man.
We don't.
Listen to me. It's so unhealthy for us to, cause I know I'm a man myself. I know we think about these things all the time. You know, when we get them times to ourselves and we riding in the whip by ourselves, ain't nobody else in the car with us, and we riding down the street, I know I ain't on the one that sometimes I don't want to hear no music. I turn everything off. And sometimes I just want to ride, bro.
Yes, sir.
And them the times where I got the time to just think like, damn.
All the good thoughts.
Man, what?
Even if you think they bad, they good.
Straight up,
because if it's bad to you, it's something that I feel like I need to clean up.
Straight up.
But in me having this conversation, I know what I got to do.
Straight up.
So it's like, I like riding, thinking to myself, boy, you clear that mind good. You clear that mind good.
For real. Man,
and we do need that. We need this. You know what I mean? Like, we need to be able to express ourselves because, bro, me and you just sat here and talked about a lot of stuff that I ain't talked about for years. My dad, but I don't talk to nobody about that. I don't talk, but I respect the show. You know what I mean? So I knew coming over here, it's Dad. Can we talk? You know what I mean? So, all right, we finna open up some can. Yeah. We'll open up these worms, but it's just true for me. So it's like I like it. I like it. It's stuff that need to be said. You know what I mean? Because you got people out here in this world that hear your podcast that look at me through Facebook, whatever they think they know about me.
Straight up.
And they'll never know none of this.
They don't know. Straight up.
Y'all, but now it's like you got a little more perspective on me. You know what I mean? You will probably know a little bit more why I do some of the things I do or act the way I do. You know what I mean? And at the same time, with me with this football stuff, it's explained a lot of why I love y'all kids the way I love y'all kids. Straight up. People probably like, boy, I don't see no bad in them kids. I don't care what they doing.
Yeah.
Every situation can be fixed. We gonna fix it.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know what I mean? Because you doing that because you just don't know no better.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got to tell you.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I like it. This is great for us, Dad. Can we talk? You got some real subjects, and it's good talk, bro.
Straight up, man. And I'm gonna ask this question here, man. If you could go back and talk to the 18-year-old version of Dre, just look that young man in the face, knowing everything you know now,
what would I tell him?
What would you say to that young man?
Same thing I've been telling these kids for the past 5 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Boy, leave them girls alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, this is what I tell them. Not that there's something wrong with women. Ain't nothing wrong with women. I love women, but it ain't time for them yet. You know what I mean? Go establish you first.
Mm-hmm.
Establish you. Get your money lined up. Get you straight. And you come back at any woman you want.
Mm-hmm.
You get to pick whatever woman you want to pick.
Straight up.
If you play it the other way around, you gonna have to go with whatever woman to go with you.
All right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like you ain't got no pick of the litter. Boy, you just in the little. But and then here's the thing. I've been telling these kids this for years. They hit me. But then I still see the same cycle, you know what I mean? But not at the same time, I can't act like wasn't nobody telling me. So I know what it is. I feel like when they were telling me that, I felt like, whatever happened to you, I'm going to do it different. It ain't going to happen to me like that. But then life happened. The same life that's going to happen to everybody. You know what I mean? And then they stuck in the same situation. Now, I don't hate you for it. I love you, and I'm still here for you, because we can get through this too. I just try to prevent that for you. But now at the same time, if you got a child, now you know what to go tell them, and you know what I meant when I said what I said. You know what I mean? So it's like, we just got to be here for each other. We going to make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect. And when people was telling me, I heard you, but I thought I knew better. So I know it's a child out there that think he know better. But when he come back to me, ain't no I told you so. I don't run you in the ground. Boy, I still love you, boy, and I love your situation. Let's do what we got to do. And that's the type of community we need as black people. We need that, especially us black men. We need that, bro. We got these kids out here doing all kind of stuff. Ain't nobody talking to these kids, bro. 9 times out of 10, they ain't got no daddy either. And that be a lot of our problem. Because I don't know what daddy got going on out there, but boy, he everywhere but here. You know what I mean? So we ain't got no structure. We grow up, we don't really respect nothing. It's just rough. It's rough, dog.
Yeah. Hey, boy, that right there, what you just said, I saw somebody post yesterday, actually. Some woman, she had a post like that. Something like, go back and tell your younger self something. And I was finna post on them, but I ain't feel like writing it all. But I was gonna say that exact thing. I would have told myself, don't have no sex, boy, until you get married.
But think about that, listening to that at 18. Man, at 18, you telling me that? Man, boy, you crazy. Watch out. Man, I hear you.
Man, listen. Boy, if I could tell myself anything, I'll tell myself, boy, don't touch no woman until you touch your wife. Boy, because when I realized since I've been married, one of the hardest things is staying faithful and overcoming that temptation. And the temptation only comes because I know what it's like to touch another woman. I know what it's like to touch different types of women. And now when I see different types of women that I've touched in my past, that joker done went off. It's all good.
Yeah.
I done touched different women in my past. And so now I know what it's like. I be telling myself, I wish I ain't even know what it was like. I wish my wife was the only thing I knew.
Ever knew.
I don't. It's like, because now all the other stuff in the past irrelevant to me now.
Yeah.
Because my wife is the only thing that I plan on touching for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But because I have those experiences, now it makes it even harder for me to be the married man that I want to be now. Because now when I see certain things or I hear certain things, I have these thoughts, and these thoughts come back to my mind, and I start thinking like, dang, boy, I remember when I touched this, or I touched that, or I did this. And it's like, or I see the very person that I touched, and I'm like, man, you know, and it's like,
you better turn.
Man, bro, listen, and it's like, if I could tell myself anything, boy, I would have told that young man straight up, bro, don't do it, boy. Don't do it.
Man, listen, you don't know what's funny about that? I had an auntie live down the street from me, dog. And I was legit. They was old. They was like 80 something. I was 12.
Yeah.
I used to always go down there. I'm gonna go down there and read them how. You know, they live right down the street. It's like walking distance.
Yeah.
They always cooking. I used to just lay under their coffee table, watch baseball game. Dukes of Hazzard. Just crazy stuff, right? As I got older, you know, getting into girls and all this stuff. Now, she ain't never seen me with no girl. I don't remember what I was doing or talking about at the time. And I remember she said, this one thing always stuck with me since that day. She said, hey, boy, them girls, she said, them women gonna be your downfall. I looked up, like I said, thinking I know everything. Biggity. Oh, man, them women ain't gonna be, man, I ain't, you know, just brushing it off. But now, as I look back on my life, she was dead right. And when I say, I ain't gonna really call it my downfall, but I definitely made my path harder than it had to be.
All right.
You know what I mean? Just by, like you say, by not doing what I would tell my 18-year-old self.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had this mind, oh, boy, I'd knock them boys. I go get them people paper. Yeah, I'd be a trillionaire right now.
All right.
I'd probably be in Africa building robots right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But 18.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I want to run with the crowd.
All right.
I want to do what everybody else doing, what everybody else say cool to do.
Trip.
Not knowing what's cool is, boy, getting this money.
Mm-hmm.
Establishing yourself so you could come back and be something.
Straight up.
That's cool.
Straight up, dog. Man, y'all listen. For any young man out there listening, any other dad out there listening, take it as you hearing it.
For real.
You might have made the mistakes, or you might not have been there. Man, we just speaking from experience.
Thank you.
And that's all we got now is our experience, man. So us sharing that, you know, I know a lot of people be like, you know, they say this, they say that, but man, all I can do is speak my experience, and I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna be real. And I ain't got to hide nothing. I ain't got the whole, you know, it's real out here, man. You know, I done been married. Next year be 10 years. Been with my wife for 12 years, and it's been a ride. I love it, you know, but I would lie if I say it ain't a challenge. It's a great, great, great challenge, man, and you know, but I would say that it's a challenge that's worth it.
Absolutely,
it's definitely worth it. You know, everything that I go through, because it makes me a better man. It makes me so much of a better man today. You know, being a father and being a husband, it just makes me a better man. And I ain't perfect at neither one. You know, make mistakes daily, you know, and just every day trying to get better, man, you know. Yes, and it's always better to talk about it, man. Find you somebody that you can call. You ain't got to tell the whole world about it. Find that one person that you can trust that can be you can be accountable to, and talk with that person. Or find you a group of men that you can be accountable to, man.
I'm gonna tell you something that was always helpful for me when finding somebody to talk to. Me personally, I always like to talk to older men. Because, first of all, they ain't got their mind on this stuff that we be on. You know what I mean? And I always look to older men for structure. You know what I mean? So, cause you know, you done been here. You know what I mean? You done did what I done did. I ain't did what you done did. I need you to put me up on game. Teach me something that I need to know.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? So, pick an older man brain, bro. He might be able to teach you a lot more than you would expect. You know, I got this old buddy right now. He an old preacher. This man about 60. He really ain't got no business messing with me, but he love me to death. And I love him to death. I can call him and get me some wisdom. You know what I mean? So, you know, you got to have them kind of people. He was at my wedding. You know what I mean? He a God-fearing man. He a deacon in the church. You got to have people like that. You can't ask anybody.
Straight up.
You got to know who you talking to now.
Straight up. Gots to.
But there's people out there worth talking to.
Alright. For real. But yeah, man. Hey, y'all listen, man. It's been real. You know, this here, it's been one of them episodes, you know, that I just learned a lot from this, man. You know, things that I'm going to take from this and apply to my own life, man. And I would pray that, you know, if any other man out there hear this, if it was something that you hear that touch you, man, let that thing apply to your life, man. And, you know, just try every day to just live that thing out, man. You know, every day we all just trying to be better, man. We trying to be better husbands, better fathers, better men in general.
Should be better.
That's all we can do every day, man. You know, if you, one of my boys, about 5 or 6 years ago, that joker said, man, the only failure is the man that falls and fails to get back up. He said that's the only time you a failure. He said that's it. You know, outside of that, as long as you keep getting back up, you win. You win there. But the day you decide to fall and stay down there, it's over for you. Cause now you gave up. You know, so that's the only time that you can call yourself a failure. If you fall down and you just like, I'ma just stay here. You know, so every day, man, you know, make it your thing to try to be better. At least, you know, challenge yourself to be better. Do something better. Do something different. You know, and you know, you'll begin to see results. You'll begin to see results.
And one more thing. Dads, talk to your kids.
Okay.
Please, put some structure in their life, man. Start talking to these kids about, right now, about the stuff you dealing with every day. When I say that, I don't mean all your personal problems. I mean how your life structured. I mean what you got to go deal with at work. What it take daddy to get a job? You know what I mean? What it take daddy to keep a job? Talk to me about punctuality on the job. Talk to me about the things that I need to know. You know what I mean? Put structure in your kids' life, man. If you talk to these kids right now and equip them with information, they'll be a lot greater than they would be if they had to go out and find it on their own. Because a lot of things that set me back was stuff that I was messing up on. But if somebody would have told me ahead of time, I ain't had to mess up. Nah. And my stepdaddy failed. A lot of things I messed up on, he had already warned me. But that was just me being me. Sometimes you're going to have some hard-headed kids. But he ain't never give up on me. So that teach me not to give up on mine. You know what I mean? So, but this is just stuff that we going to be facing as parents. Them kids going to throw loops at you. You just got to be ready to stand in that gap and get that baby through.
Straight up.
We don't know what it's going to be, but hey, I care less what happened with my kids. I'm going to be here to help you, boy. I don't care what you done did. Now, I would encourage you not to do nothing stupid, but in the event that you do, I'm still your daddy, and you still my son.
Yeah.
And that's how we got to approach this thing. That's how we got to handle that.
Straight up. That's real, man. But my boy, hey, it's been real,
man.
Dog.
Real.
Been real.
I appreciate you having me, bro.
Yes, sir. But man, hey, y'all listen. Y'all continue to stay tuned, man. You know right now I'm trying to push this thing to 100. You know, I'm trying to have 100 men be done bless the podcast, dog. You know.
Well, listen. You know, we at GTM. We at GTM, cuz you can come through the whole camp.
Yeah.
It's men over there that need to talk. And they got kids. My brother over there. You say Reg over at Gainesville League.
Okay.
We got Greg Miller, he got kids. We got Hunter Williams.
Okay.
He got kids.
Oh yeah, he already came on there.
Oh, okay.
Dog E-Dub.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna say some names out there. We got Tate Jenkins, we got Coach Art. Okay. Oh, it's some folks.
I need my dog B Foster.
Yeah, bring him over, Bobby. And you already got Coach JD on the hit list. James Darby, he on your neck.
I need you.
He want you. Yeah.
For real.
GTM, we gonna come in here. We gonna represent.
Yeah. For real.
We out here with these people kids. The least we can do is talk.
Straight up. Straight up, man.
Boy, I got a call, man.
Man, hey, listen. Y'all, we finna get it up out of here, man. You know, we done hung out tonight, man. I'm gonna go get these kids some food. Man, all I want y'all to do, man, is y'all just got to stay tuned, man. Continue to support the podcast, man. You know, I appreciate all the supporters out there, all my listeners, man. And y'all continue to keep it real with me, and I'm going to keep it real with y'all, man. This Dad Can We Talk? We out of here.